Lavender's my favorite.
Okay, well, why don't you talk about that while you're filming it? Tell me.
Lavender is one of my favorites for the smell. It's
What does it do for you? How does it smell good?
It's a fresh smell for the air in your room, and it's a favorite of perfume makers.
Well, I can attest that any room that you're in, you know, probably going to need something to make it smell better.
Probably a gallon.
Especially if we just did a chili taste-off.
Yep. It takes 27 square feet of lavender to make one 15-milliliter bottle. But it is a clean, refreshing.
Books and more books. What I like to call portable memory. Nobody can know everything, so it's good to have lots of reference books. Okay, here we are at Thrive Food. This is another vendor that I spoke to yesterday, and the stupid camera didn't record, so we're going to try take two. Alright. Okay, tell me who you are. Tell me a little bit about Thrive Food, and, you know, go
My
ahead.
name is Debi Johnson. This is my food ministry. It's called Survive Thrive. I'm not by profession, I'm an attorney. And I came to Thrive because of the grocery store. It does have the advantage you can use it for long-term storage. The grocery store is very contaminated with a lot of chemicals and stuff, and it's really butchering our health. So if you get freeze-dried food, there's no need for the chemicals. It lasts a long time. You don't waste the food. It can last up to 25 years. When you open up a can, it lasts 1 year, you're going to eat it. We waste anywhere from 30 to 50% of the groceries that we buy. We also waste a lot of money in the grocery store with impulse buys. So Thrive actually saves me money on my groceries, and I get the good nutrition that I need. This is much better than Wise and all the other brands. We're highly nutrient-dense food compared to our competitors. But beyond that, when you buy those prepackaged meals, you're doing nothing but buying grocery store food with an extended shelf life. That's all you're doing, and you're butchering your health. They've got so many chemicals in there, it's just so bad. Like, for example, maltodextrin. Lots of processed food and a lot of long-term industry food has maltodextrin in it. That has a high glycemic index that just tears up diabetics. It's very, very bad for them, and it's bad for us. We're over sugared. What the food processing industry does is put sugar, fats, and salt in our food. Now, when you take the individual cans, such as Thrive, there's no need for salt because all they're doing is cutting, chopping, and preparing or freeze-dried the food. It saves you about 50% in cooking time. The only thing that a processed meal in the grocery store has on us when we start cooking our food is maybe 30 to 45 seconds getting our cans out and putting our recipes together and fixing our meals. And instead of the trash that you eat at the grocery store, this food actually does taste gourmet. And again, I'm telling you, if there wasn't a need, or some people seeing we need to have for emergency purposes freeze-dried food, if everything in the economy was hunky-dory and great, I would be out doing what I'm doing and educating people that you've got to leave that grocery store. It's bad for your pocketbook and it's bad for your health.
Well, I have taste tested some Thrive food, not a lot, but some, but all the ones that I tasted were pretty good. I was impressed. What is your best seller?
We've got a lot of best sellers. The meats are like the chopped chicken and the sausage. They're very hot. They sell extremely well. Our fruits sell. All of it sells. Even yogurt bites, and our butter powder is out of this world. It's much better quality butter in terms of the fats for you than the grocery store. But let me give you another tip when you're out here, if you're shopping for long-term food or you're doing it for the grocery store. When we go to the grocery store, we can do the penny the pinch. We see it, we can hold it, and we can look at the vegetables or the meats. But when you have it in a freeze-dried, it's freeze-dried in a can, you can't open up the can to see what's in there. I once bought another major competitor's brand and found corn, sweet corn, found it's only 60% full. Thrive's CEO says we will always have, even if it means more servings in the can, we will always have that can at least 80% full. What you also do, they tell us, many people say we're higher, we're really not. That is very much a red herring. Because if you take you take an item, say strawberries, or you take an item of green beans, and I've got the studies to show it, of all our competitors, and you use the same standard of measure, you will find per serving we're cheaper. Without sales we're cheaper per serving. For example, some of them will have a quarter cup, some of them will use 3 tablespoons, and some will use a third of a cup and then a half a cup. But when I went and converted everybody and did the grams and the calculations and converted them to a universal standard of a quarter cup, we are actually cheaper. There was only one item in my survey that I found that one other company was a little bit cheaper than us. So we have more volume in our cans. And so if our can is higher than somebody that you're looking at, go convert it to a universal standard such as a quarter cup, and you'll see per serving that we're cheaper.
Well, if some of my South Carolina subscribers want to contact you and buy some stuff from you, how would they do that?
Okay. My email is thrive, THRIVE, at northstate, NORTHSTATE.net. I have a website that's got a lot of information about health and Thrive and what's happening to our food system, and it's at www.survive, Thrive, THRIVE.US. And we're a food ministry. If they want to contact us, I work with people to give them the lowest prices. I give them bargains that I get, and instead of trying to mark it out.
Well, I appreciate you letting me do this again, and I will have that information in the description box below. I'm not trying to cut you short, but my medication makes me shaky, and if I hold this up much longer, it's going to look like we're in an earthquake.
That's how you had the other guy doing it yesterday.
Exactly, yeah, he's much steadier than I am. So,
okay. Well, I wish you well.
I thank you, and I guess I'll move on.
God bless.
Bye-bye. Anybody needs some ammo cans, this seems a good place to go. Lots and lots of ammo cans. This is the only thing about this show that I did not like. Now, I will be willing to bet, in fact I can almost guarantee, that while they might have wanted this to be a gun-free zone, it probably wasn't. Enough said. Okay, we're on our way back home. Actually, we're on our way to lunch after a good day at the Greater South Carolina Survival Preparedness Expo. I'll have to say that it was bigger, more people, and it was a lot more enjoyable than I honestly expected it to be. I think John feels the same way.
I do.
So I think we got some great footage for you if we didn't screw up this camera, because this is a brand new camera and it's small, and all the controls are kind of small and not totally familiar yet, so we'll have to wait and see. If you're viewing this, then I guess we didn't screw it up too bad. We're just about out of battery power, so I'll use the rest of this battery power to let you enjoy the ride back. And as long as we're doing that, I'll let John give his thoughts on the show and the things that he liked, what he may not have liked, what you know, just what his general thoughts, and you know, you just keep your eyes on the road. You can, you know, we don't have to see you for you to talk.
Okay.
You know.
Well, for being the first time there, they drew quite a crowd, and they were constant new people coming in as others were leaving. They had good displays on survival foods, cook stoves, solar stoves, how to purify water. Berkey was one company that was there.
If you wanted some Thrive brand food, this was the place to be, because there was at least 3 or 4 different Thrive dealers set up in there, with various sizes of display.
Bought a small sample to try this evening when I get home. I got the freeze-dried strawberries. Kind of anxious to try those.
Yeah, as you'll see in the video, I bought some freeze-dried grapes, because I've never seen freeze-dried grapes before.
No, I haven't either. Usually they call those raisins.
Well, that's the dehydrated one.
Yeah. But overall, it was quite good for the first time.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
I am too. We'll be back again when they have another one.
Yep. One thing I'll say is that the parking was $5, but that's not on the show. That's the South Carolina Fairgrounds. That's their deal. It doesn't matter what show is there, you're going to pay for parking unless you're a dealer. And the admission to get in for adults was $12, but they stamp your hand, and the stamp is good for both days, Saturday and Sunday. So if you're going to want to go both days, then that's not a bad deal. Certainly no worse than a lot of gun shows. I did see and recognize several of the dealers that I see regularly at the gun shows at this place. I was really happy to make the acquaintance in person of Dr. Bones and Nurse Amy. I'll have a link to their website, not their website, but their, well, the website too, but their YouTube channel below. They are really good at survival medicine knowledge, and I highly recommend you subscribe to them. And they seem to be just as nice a couple of people in person as they seem to be on their YouTube channel. So I was quite happy. I was a little disappointed at not running into more of the YouTubers, you know, some of the other South Carolina people that I subscribe to, like TR Prepper, Southern Prepper 1, Such 00, some of those guys. But hey, you know, they probably came in just as I was coming out, my luck. And so at any rate, it was well worth going to. And I also am a little disappointed that I didn't run into anybody from the AR15.com forum or the Survivalist forum that I was hoping to run into. Maybe next time. we're heading for John's favorite place for lunch.
Absolutely.
We're almost there. It's the Texas Roadhouse.
Yes.
Steakhouse.
And they didn't leave me a spot, but I think I got one. Yep. I think this one is for you.
Alright. So that's it for right now. We're gonna go inside and eat some beef. Yeah. Alright, John, what are you gonna have?
I think I'm gonna have the Fort Worth 10-ounce ribeye, baked sweet potato, and probably applesauce.
Great minds think alike.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna have the same thing, except I'll probably have something other than the applesauce. So here's the menu for the Texas Roadhouse. And when the food comes, we'll be back. And the steaks have arrived. And as usual, John can't wait.
Ooh, I'm afraid not.
Actually, we've had these for a while, and we were screwing around with the battery on this camera. So, here, and here's what I have. Here at the Texas Roadhouse. And that is the, what was it, the Fort Worth ribeye? Is that what that's called?
Fort Worth ribeye.
Yeah, the Fort Worth ribeye. That's mine. With sweet potato and corn. That's his. With sweet potato and salad. And now, we're going to eat it.
This might be some new form of Russian propaganda.